a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott. To the right side, and he's got more complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Open man is Uzama. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
42 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Four yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third and short yardage. Prescott steps away to his left. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. DJ Moore from 6 yards away. And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
They'll run with Mitchell. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Elijah Mitchell, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Prescott. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Grant Delpit. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give this to Singletary running right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Devin Singletary. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They give him a gain of 37.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Mahomes now on first down. Flushed out right. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On first down, Mahomes. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Darren Waller, 27 yards. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Sanders now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 69 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready. Singletary again.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Mike Pennell with the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 42.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Oh, look at the catch there by Moore. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. Touchdown Vikings. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
After the sack on first down, Mahomes. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones.
Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Singletary to get the drive started. And he is going to lose yardage here. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott complete it, puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Packers pick it up. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener, and they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in week 3 and then Chicago in week 5.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Roll his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Screenplay, Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Boswell's kick is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Well, they already had the early lead
3, then they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look deep for more. And this will be caught at the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Forced out to his left. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Calvin Ridley. 61 yards. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. That's a tough combination to defend. You know Patrick Mahomes has the big arm, and he's got the elusiveness and the speed. So even though you force him from the pocket, he's still dangerous.
Bad idea, in my opinion, to force him from the pocket. Do everything possible to hem him in and make him make the throws from right there in the center of it. And look, we know he's got the big arm. You just noted that. But when he gets outside, it puts so much stress on your defense trying to locate where receivers are, make sure you're covering them, and he can throw the ball the length of the field. So you just tell a receiver, just keep going. He'll find him, and he did there.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And it'll be intercepted. Desmond King picks it.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and a couple. Prescott. He finds his man. Complete. That's Beck. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Prescott looks to throw on first. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary.
102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
To throw is Prescott. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Prescott on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. 30, 20, 10. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody, it's a cliche, but it applies here.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing. Prescott.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mahomes, he'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Quick slant caught by Moore. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Prescott to throw it.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Prescott now. Being chased out left. This will be caught just inside the 10. Touchdown! C.J. Uzomah, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Mahomes going to throw.
This one is caught. It's Moore.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Outright and brought in by Moore. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Jonah Jackson, former third-round pick, the guilty party.
Working from the gun, Mahomes.
Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
And he'll look downfield for Waller.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Packers. Darren Waller, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Packers strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
The Vikings on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Levante David. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Inside the 20 before he's brought down.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Aaron Browning, the one who brought him down.
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. The kick by Sanders is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Buying time to his left. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Prescott.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. With the